So they actually have two pools here at Thousand Trails Lake, Texoma. This is the bigger of the two. Also a little children's pool here as well, which is a nice touch. Understand there's new management. This was previously just the children's and family pool, and the other smaller pool was for adults only. I'll show you that pool here in just a second. Got a rec center here, which is currently closed. They're refurbing it. A lot of area inside, a lot of potential inside, and like I said, under new management, so some good potential there. As we keep panning here, we've also got swing sets. This is more like the little kids section. And then we've also got some swings and a bigger jungle gym for the kids to kind of climb on, go burn some of that energy. Here's a shot of the pool, the hot tub, and the deck. Nice pool. I'll point out the water was really warm now. We're here mid-July. Water was really warm in both pools. From the other side here, you can see men's and women's room, as well as some showers there, so you're gonna rinse off the chlorine before you head back to your site. Just another glimpse of the pool here. Do have some seats in the water as well around the outer edge. So just lounge in the pool, nice place just to chill and hang out. And just an FYI on the lodge pool and hot tub hours, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So here in the lodge, there is a nice little gym area. Lots of different equipment. Got an elliptical, a couple treadmills, some weight benches, exercise bikes, got another Nordic track elliptical here, and a little area to clean up as well. Some free weights, and another little room over here. Some yoga balls, etc. So a little aged, but definitely serviceable. Here in the laundry room, they do have 4 washers, 4 dryers. They take coins and cards, which is a nice feature. $1.50 to dry right now, and it's $1.75 to wash. So it's pretty reasonable. Got 2 washers here, 2 washers on the other side. Do have a nice little seating area here as well, where you can kind of hang out, wait for your laundry to finish. They do have a toilet just in case you need to handle your business while you're doing your laundry. A couple more washing machines there. They do have a little sink here as well, so if you need to rinse something out before you threw it in the washer, you can do that. So this is here behind the laundry. Looks like once upon a time they had a basketball court back here. It's kind of fallen into disrepair, and as I'd mentioned, we're under new management, so this could very well change. We just passed the laundry. Here's the weight room, the exercise room. Now we're coming into the lodge. It's actually a really nice area in here. Games, puzzles for the kiddos. We do have restrooms here. Plenty of tables. Books. Sit here, read some books, do some puzzles. Tables, a couple couches, little buck stove over here, kitchenette area, so if you want to bring some food. Got a little microwave, fridge there, place to wash up, TV. Come in here on a rainy day, watch a movie with the family maybe. On the back deck here, just off the lodge, you've got some room to kind of just relax and unwind if you want. And here on the other side of the Olympic-sized pool, you can also see the boat parking in the background. They do have a sand volleyball court here as well, and miniature golf. Miniature golf is actually in pretty good shape. That's one of the issues you see with some of these parks is just the deterioration. The biggest thing is the turf. If the turf is rough, you just really can't play on these. And here you'll find the turf is actually in good shape. And most of the obstacles are in good shape. It's a good time for the family. Better shot of the boat storage here. Easy in and out. Quite a few places, even for some bigger boats. So the park is pretty full. And there are a few empty spaces, so I don't think capacity would be an issue for you here. This is one of the cool things we had found at Lake Texoma. Here's that branch that just fell out of this tree. It's got multiple woodpecker holes in it, so it's a good learning experience for our kids, you know. Why do woodpeckers make all these holes in trees? The purposes that serve. So we got on YouTube, watched some National Geographic videos. They actually put holes in trees so that they can store nuts for the winter. So they'll gather nuts, acorns, etc., drill all these holes in the tree with their beak and store the nuts for the winter. So they do have fire pits at most of these sites. You've got this fire ring. You can also bring your own if you are going to be here for a while. You can have a fire pit that is off the ground, so you can't have ashes on the ground unless it's in one of these rings that they provide. They do have the grill on these as well, which is nice if you want to cook over an open fire, make some burgers, dogs, chicken, whatever. But I just wanted to call that out. Texas is one of the states where you're supposed to have a contained fire. I know in Florida you can't have ashes on the ground, period. So all right guys, time for a recap. Lake Texoma, 1,000 Trails, just on the Texas side, right on Lake Texoma. Here's our thoughts. I really like the fact that it's on the lake. We didn't get an opportunity to get out on the lake. Just as an FYI, guide services are about $600 for a half-day trip. We also looked at pontoon and tri-toon rentals, kayak rentals. Kayak rentals were about $25 an hour, which was substantially more than we paid in the Keys. And tri-toon rentals were $575 for a full day, pontoon $475 for a full day, and those rates were pretty consistent among a few different marinas. So we didn't want to blow our whole entertainment budget in one day here. We're just here for a week, so that was really the biggest barrier to us getting out on the lake. So number 3 on the things that we liked, the pools. Pools were great. You got the Olympic-sized pool, you got the smaller pool, maybe adults only sometime in the future. Great to have access to that much water for the kids to swim in. We've got 6 kids, 5 of the 6 love swimming, so that was great to have access to those pools. The lodge is actually really good too. We really didn't get to take advantage of that, but there were tons of puzzles, tons of stuff to keep the kids occupied if we wanted to go explore that. So we liked having that as an option. Laundry here is good. No issues with the laundry and the cost. Facilities were nice. And just the facilities here in general are pretty nice. They do show a little age, but lots of stuff to do. Miniature golf was another one on the list there. All right, so let's move on to some of the stuff we weren't real big on. So the facilities, as I mentioned, are showing some age. I will say the RV park is under new ownership. A lot of those things could change. The roads here are really rough, and the 5-mile-per-hour speed limits that are posted, I would adhere to that, especially if you've got your rig in tow. I know they've got a lot of equipment here. They're upgrading some of the sites. They're putting 50 amp in. They're putting full hookups in some of the sites that didn't have it previously. So that could change in the near future. But for right now, the roads were pretty rough. And just some general upgrades on some of the the amenities would be nice as well. You know, and it's really just nitpicky stuff like tiles falling off around the pole, or the laminate looks dated, but it's all serviceable. So I really can't nitpick about some of that stuff too much. Just a few maintenance things that would be nice to see that stuff done. So one of the other things to keep in mind is this is really an outdoor driven RV park. And if you don't like the outdoors, you're more into glamping, this one might not be for you. There's a lot of outdoor stuff here to do, but there are also there's a lot of nature here, so there's a lot of insects. And the internet service was not great, so my particular carrier, we didn't have great service here. We had some issues with that. We couldn't really stream any movies, we couldn't do anything. We did pick up some over-the-air channels. We're close enough to some of the towers to pick up over-the-air signals, but no streaming, really not a lot. You know, gaming, etc. You're not potentially going to be able to do a lot of that depending on who your carrier is. And there's no Wi-Fi available at this park at this time, as of July 2021. No Wi-Fi, only at the lodge and only at the pool, and it was extremely slow. It was less than 1 megabyte a second. Ran a speed test on that a few times. My kids wanted to go up there and take advantage of that and potentially do some gaming or streaming, and could not do that just because of the speed limits there. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is this is really an outdoor driven park, and that may be a detraction for you, and may not. Maybe what you're looking for. Just one thing I wanted to call out there. So thanks for watching, guys. Next week it's on to Lake Whitney. We're going to go to the state park as well as the Thousand Trails Lake Whitney. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, like and subscribe to see more. Thanks, guys.